Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to lovely Vancouver, Canada, here for MSI 2025 in what is now the first elimination match of the main stage of the competition and the latest installment of 15 years of International League of Legends EU
versus NA.
FlyQuest versus G2. I'm Captain Flowers, here for the call alongside Kobe and Vetius. Gentlemen, I am ready.
So am I, Flowers. Vetius, I feel like we should hug. You know, after the analyst desk was getting so violent, you know.
We'll be brothers till the end.
Exactly.
We'll be brothers till the end.
Let's have a good, clean game here.
Good, clean game.
No blood on the rift, you know. Everybody.
Oh, no, I want loads of blood on the rift.
Let's go.
We on the desk is going to stay civil, though, as we get ready to jump into draft. Thick
Echo
and fast
on the
already
broadcast.
taken off
We're gonna
the board.
go to
So
airport.
many
Oh
questions
my
around what
god.
the priority is going to be in this draft. We were talking about the jungle priority, especially. How
All right.
high up is the Maokai? What about the Xin?
We're right into
What
the
about
draft for
Vi? Where do
G2
these
versus
all fall for
FlyQuest.
these two junglers?
Exactly, because, you know, G2 in their game.
I gotta stick with NA, bro.
Versus Gen G.
G2 haven't been winning.
That
Bro,
was
they haven't been out of the
along
Swiss
with the
stage
Maokai that
at
you mentioned
Worlds.
that kinda tied it all together.
Like, come
That,
on, dude.
long-range
G2's performance has also been pretty poor this tournament,
really
bro.
made
They
it
had the
25
win up
better.
BO.
So,
Every game has been a
early on,
BO5.
fans.
Caps, the greatest Western player
Except
of
for
all time here
against
in League of Legends,
BLG.
targeted in the bans for a reason
And
here.
Genji
All
was
three
the one.
first phase bans
They didn't
for
even get a single
FlyQuest.
Baron, guys. Let's be real.
Steal away early on the Maokai
Right.
or something like that and play
First pick Varus for
Remain
Masu. They
bans,
pick
but
up
that's
Jin,
not gonna be the opportunity
Maokai.
here.
The Maokai should be
Just
for
go with the straightforward
Skeumon.
FlyQuest immediately
But they
getting
could fluctuate
power
the
pick
support.
of the current
but,
meta for Masu
support Maokai
here,
isn't really that good at the
Canadian
moment.
on the team, and
Nidalee
going
for
Maokai again,
Inspired.
that's so good for
Okay.
G2.
I don't really like it as a pick, but Whippa could play a top lane.
Time again for FlyQuest. You remember back to Worlds last
Pantheon.
year when they impressed everyone,
Fine,
taking Genji to
Sinzao.
5 games. Masu a massive performer there, giving
We've
him a
been playing the
chance like
Maokai. I
this.
think the
Really
counter
good for FlyQuest,
was the
but over on
Q,
other
but I'm not
side,
sure.
Skeumon on Maokai.
Rise picked up
G2 is
for Quad.
ferocious with this pick in the
I
jungle.
do
They
think
play
Whippa could
so
play
well
it.
around the objectives with it.
I don't
Not
like the
surprised
threshold.
at all to see them lock that in.
Talent jungle would be
Game one,
crazy.
as the Rise is the next lock for
Galio.
FlyQuest.
The Rise blind is a little surprising, and I just
Silas.
want to give you guys a bit of a throwback. Lane advantages that
Like,
they'll be
guys,
able to accrue. I don't
this
think
match is
G2
really
upset
boring. They haven't
with
done
their
shit.
positioning right now. When you run a
We're like
Casio,
9 minutes in.
you're more than happy to scale
Not
to
really
the
all
game. You
four
can see
laning.
the kind
I
of
want to see
roll-up
action.
tier build that is very conventional on the Casio is continuing to ramp
I got myself
up.
my little
Maokai choosing
blanket.
to go
We're gonna be
for the EP
chilling on
build
July
based on
4th.
the itemization that we can see, but Broken Blade also looking to ramp up, get a few more items under his belt. I think G2 is more than happy
I like
to play
that they
the
went
slow
for
game
Void
for now.
Grubbies instead.
both
They
of
have
these
Rise
mid
and
laners are
Silent on that
going to
name
become
on
pretty durable
FlyQuest's
as the
side.
game goes on
I'm
with
glad
those
that they went
Rod
for it.
Ages into the Seraph's
Allows
Embrace
for the
build,
split
like
push
you're talking about,
capability.
Vetius. You can see they're both sitting on Catalyst, both with about a half
Instead of
charge
the-
tier, a little bit
the mana
under that
drag,
so
which is
far.
cool and all,
Masu
but
also working on getting his tier
I
stacking
mean,
nice and early
when the
on
team
this
comp has
lethality
two,
Varus, who does
technically
have the
two
largest
split pushes,
individual farm
if
lead
you want
in
to
the
comp
game of
Pantheon
about
as one.
2.5 waves.
And he's got good matchups everywhere because Casio's weakness
Chances
is
of Void Grubbies are
usually
very needed.
longer range, and so that's why FlyQuest are super happy to have Masu.
They are gonna have to
in mid
contest
lane.
Dragon.
You can constantly
They're
throw
gonna
out the
one for
poke,
one for
constantly get
objectives.
pushed on
I don't
these
want them to
waves.
split
And
in
why
Rift Herald
these
and
wards
second
around mid
drag.
lane are incredibly
Without that
important
point,
for
you'll have to
FlyQuest,
fight for
you know,
soul
keeping
point.
that vision.
Back up, Mantra Q hits Broken Blade and Lebrov. Broken Blade here on the very
Guys, they
front
burn the
line.
flash.
Teammates not gonna find him. Caps and
They're gonna
Lebrov
try and go
putting
into
a
quad.
damage into quad. They're
The
gonna
Miasma
get
comes
Jin on the
down.
very side of the fight. Miasma to
Gets
lock
stunned.
up, but he flashes away. Now Skeumon's ready to come in here
Sign
with
gets
the
rooted.
grasp. G2, beautiful start to the fight as Whippo tries to get
Whippo
away, but
can't
it's
get
first
out.
blood
Quad might be dead.
on Sama. Quad very low as he tries to escape, and G2 get a one for nothing.
Oh, what's that hit?
Draw them in. FlyQuest trying to go around this wall here.
Right on the edge of the tower range as Masu.
Oh my god, Wes is dead. Oh my god, he's not stuck there. And he's dead.
The Varus might have range.
Dragons, the Herald is going to be spawning soon. We look back at this play.
I mean, we saw this whole thing start to finish. He knew there was still no flash on Caps, so goes under tower, draws him in, he hit the Q, and then goes right in for the ulti there. Let's see what the reaction is. Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing, man? And Caps is like, what am I doing, man?
That's the same reaction. But as you said, Flowers, Lebrov, really nice.
Masu was too far up. He couldn't really, we shouldn't walk up when he had no vision on them.
Masu, of course, targeted right there. And
that pick onto Masu as well.
Oh.
They're feeling really good as Broken Blade's in some danger. Inspire's
BB.
ready to join here with a grand Starfall. The Infernal Chain's gonna pull him back a little bit. Broken Blade doing a great job healing healing up. Decimating Smash finds another stun.
Ooh, nice.
Inspired gets the last hit. FlyQuest are going to tie up the kills 2-2, and they're moving on, looking to take the first turret of the game as well. They'll have
First
no
turret,
trouble
baby.
doing it. They got 3 grubs. There's no plates.
They
FlyQuest
need
are gonna
one
take
more
that
objective.
one. And
And they get the
now,
feats.
the next neutral objective or the next kill will secure either one of those feats as well.
Exactly, and now that we are into the mid game, we're really going to
I
get
thought,
to see both these teams play
I thought
to their
somehow G2
compositions.
got it
Actually,
earlier, but then I
sticking
realized they
around
only
a
had
long
2
time
kills.
up there, Whippo. They are going to send multiple people here. Can LeBron find?
All right, Whippo.
Get out.
Let's see if he can try to get out of this one, but with no ulti, it's going to be tough. Whippo trying to keep the escape going here, but just turns around, goes for the decimating smash on the caps.
He's
He
dead.
knows there's no way to escape this one. Lebrov just
Feeds
providing
both.
enough CC
That
there
at least
for
feed
Caps
objective goes to
and
them, but
Skumon to be able
still not
to
enough.
take down this Zion. Mid by FlyQuest, but G2 have already made their way onto the Dragon.
Oh my god.
Looks like FlyQuest wants to take some sort of a fight here, but the
I think
Drake is already going to be
Skumon got it, but
taking some damage here in the pit, but he's doing a beautiful job healing back up. Lebrov now into the back line.
Masu.
Masu's going to be punted forward. More damage over the FlyQuest AD carry, but he's getting away for now. Caps has to run. He tries to escape. Nobody's dead on either side here just yet, but a massive force shot coming out from Han Sama. G2 and FlyQuest both hurt. Both leaving, but G2 got the big win. G2 is on Soul Point, and they've earned themselves the boots as well.
Right now, FlyQuest kind of harrying them on the outside too, but it's so dangerous. Masu's almost dead.
Masu's at 50 HP. Broken Blade's going over the wall.
Get him out!
Masu gets a shield there from Busio as they all try to escape, and now Broken Blade's going to take a bunch of damage locked up into the rune prison.
Oh.
A little bit more damage would have done it, but
Oh my god, Masu's still alive, but they're Bobo's been shoving in the roof child. They get the 2-2.
So low, but no one is falling. Has completed Infinity Edge on the Jhin. Absolutely massive on that one. As Whippo finds Caps here, jumps right back in for the ulti. There's the inspired ult, and he knows this time. He's ready. He prevents being turned to stone, and they find the pick under the G2 mid.
An excellent punish from FlyQuest. A nice little bait and trap set up by
Going for the
Whippo
Otacon
to
now.
quickly follow up with the Pantheon ultimate. G2's now lost a lot of damage, and they're not in a position to be able to collapse on the Otacon.
All right, FlyQuest taking this objective, and G2's not even going to approach. Han Sama's nearby. He'll fire off a deadly flourish, I'm sure, to just try
He
to
needs
see
to
if
stop
he
the
can
soul
get
stacking, though.
1 in 100 chance to maybe.
We'll see if it happens again, because he's in a brush
Oh,
again.
double
He
man
gets
knock up.
another Q to start it.
Yeah, double decimating smash from Whippo.
Oh, he chunked Lebrov, bro.
Alistar, but he is not forced to use Unbreakable Will, so he can still play his role in the fight, at least for one rotation of spells. This has been G2's power point. You already said it, Vetius. This is where they have been playing their best. 10 seconds until the Drake spawns.
Cassio here. Here comes
I'll
Cass.
try the
Use
recall.
the Hex Gates to get there. Lebrov is pretty far in base.
Okay, Whippo here on the very front line. Skumon going to take a little bit of damage there from the Mantra Q of Busio. Quad looking for a bit more. Caps takes a chunk.
Lebrov.
FlyQuest with control over the river right now. Lebrov off to the side. He has regenerated his HP, but now Skumon is down to 1/3. Inspired makes the engage on the Caps.
Oh my god, they got Caps. Caps is gone.
G2 have lost
They knock up
their
Skumon.
and they're about to
Run more.
lose the
Run more
ship.
right onto Hans.
FlyQuest go in with a
Oh my
massive
god,
roll.
get Lebrov at
Now
least.
ready to chase down the
He has
wreck.
flashback up, but
Lebrov is caught.
he's
It's
dead.
beef for dinner.
Let's go,
FlyQuest are eating
LA!
Lebrov was so late on his reset.
America,
That
brother.
allowed FlyQuest so much time here to get poke off early. They got early health leads.
Positioning was
Ooh,
fantastic.
the Pantheon
This
too.
play.
We're heading to
FlyQuest
Baron.
quite rightly are not going to slow down. They'll use the ultimate to quickly rotate over towards Baron. The death timers are long enough that they
I
should
lowered the
have more
volume.
than enough time to
Awesome.
secure
Oh, yeah.
it. The TPs are coming through.
Okay, G2 bringing a TP in. They don't
Broken
just
Blade
allow this to
TPs.
happen, but it's Hans and Broken Blade. Lebrov and Skumon are alive. They're coming out of the base now, and they will be fast enough. Masu's only at half. Inspired's only at half. G2 are bringing in another teleport. They might go for something big.
Oh my god, the BB's already at half HP. It's a quarter of HP.
Of his HP instantly. Now Quad's got to be careful. Deadly flourish. Binds
He's
him
on
up.
the
Quad gets a little
miasma.
bit more damage from the Noxious Blast, but G2
Masu has to walk all the way
control of
back.
the topside river. They're all
BB has no
right for
flash,
now.
no TP
Baron.
now.
There was a very real
He has to
possibility
stay
of
here.
G2
If not, he has to
stealing
recall and
Baron
walk all the way back.
FlyQuest still hasn't
He's gonna
reset
have to.
after the last fight. Masu now.
Coach, Whippo and Inspired making their way up, but keep your eyes on Broken Blade. He's coming around from the side, but Inspired's ready to intercept him. Busio trying to get away. He's caught at the very edge of the Nature's Grasp. Broken Blade is low, but it does not matter. He's Aatrox. He's going to heal right, back, up. Caps low.
Seraphs gets
but not in
procced.
that much danger. Seraphs giving him the shield, keeping him alive. Masu's
They're taking
survived.
damage from Baron.
And Inspired trying to help. It's a 5v.
Lebrov no longer has the
G2
Alistar ulti.
make
No, he
their way
does.
onto
He
the
has
Baron. And FlyQuest wants to step up to try to stop it. Masu's the only damage really remaining. Inspired tries to go in, but the Miasma's already ready to try to take care of him. Inspired throwing up the shield. Whippo and Masu stuck in the pit looking to deal with the Baron. Inspired going right back in, but he's already going to be...
Get it! Yes, Masu! Oh my god, inspired!
2v5 now. FlyQuest.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Broken Blade wants to get away.
They can't kill him.
Back to life with the Guardian Angel.
Holy.
FlyQuest with the miracle resist.
Let's go!
3v5 in the...
There was no smite in the pit. Keep your eyes on Masu because he's doing so much damage in the
He's
fight.
poking him
Staying
so
well
much,
away
bro.
From the threats, trying to remove the smite on the side of G2, forcing Skewmon to flash over the wall.
For Skewmon and
now the
Hans to
smite is
flash
gone.
over.
Even though Inspire loses his life, he has the GA, and now it's a race to try and last hit the Baron.
He has the Q. They pop it there. Really big props to Inspired. Inspired sacrificed his life to ult. Well, it was up there.
Whipplo's headset.
Inspired, Pantheon ults, he draws all those DPS members of G2 away from the Baron pit and looking for more, but LeBron is looking.
Masu getting caught. This is massive.
Masu's
He's
dead.
coming out from G2, but Caps takes a lot of damage before Masu dies. Whippo's made his way onto the G2 mid laner. LeBron and Caps
Caps is dead.
but Caps still standing for now. Finally going to be brought down. Boost
LeBron should be dead too.
As LeBron wants to use the Crumbs as an escape mechanism, but it will not work. FlyQuest
Don't be a little jump on
2
BB.
for 1. They've lost
They can
Masu,
keep pushing.
but they still have quad for the damage. And Inspired and Whippo are a hell of a front line. The tier 2 turret here in the top side will fall as FlyQuest continue their push. The Baron may have worn away, but they've got a full wave, and they've still got all 3 Void Grubs to assist with the pushing. G2 scrambling to defend here in a 3v4. Broken Blade and Hans trying to
interrupted
keep
the
him
charge
away,
up, but they get it.
just don't have the
I think they
damage.
back up after they get in him.
Forces their way into the top lane. They'll take out the tier
Yeah,
3, but
they
they'll
come
leave
back off.
the inhibitor standing. They're trying to cover for one another as they make their retreat, make sure nobody gets caught, nobody gets left behind.
Nice.
FlyQuest take tier 3. Lead after that. Remember the side effect of the Death's Dance. Whippo trying to look for an angle here. Charges in after LeBron. The Alistar is going to be the target. Whippo's here in the front line.
They jump into Hansama. Has the
flash
cleanse.
away. Inspired, looking to put the
Kind of a
pressure
GA.
on, throws up the shield, staying alive for now.
Still alive.
Guardian Angel doesn't have to spend it. Caps makes his way.
Oh my god, Varus missed.
Fighting back. Skewmon looking for the back line of FlyQuest. Whippo's here in the front, but he's tanking a lot of damage. Skewmon putting the pressure on, but the firepower from FlyQuest is massive. Skewmon barely staying alive. The curtain call is open,
Lucy thinks it's
but the show
fourth shot.
does not go on. FlyQuest continuing to retreat. Broken Blade wants the Q2, but he won't hit the sweet spot. Broken Blade has made his TPN. Whippo's already charging forward here with the ulti. The Baron down to about half HP. FlyQuest coming around. Remember, Inspired still has the Guardian Angel. Whippo here in the front.
They're eating him away from the pit.
From LeBron. G2 still going in, looking to take the Baron. It's secured by Skewmon.
But will they survive?
Their way out now.
Okay,
And Skewmon
Chase the Corruption, go
is
wide.
in prison. And FlyQuest
Get
does
Lebrov.
stand down. Lebrov has the unbreakable will, but FlyQuest will
The
break
3
it
damage
anyway.
dealers are kind of still alive.
FlyQuest now with a 5v3. G2's got the Baron, but you know won't as soon as you say it, Betty.
Oh
Caps is
my.
already under the pressure.
Caps is
from
almost.
Inspired.
Oh my god, Chase the Corruption land.
Makes its entry. Another death for the Cassiopeia. FlyQuest will claim the mid lane inhibitor as Hans opens up the curtain call.
They could try and
He'll
end.
wave a little bit with it, but Inspired doesn't care. FlyQuest in a 5v2.
But was too tanky, bro.
Blade, nowhere to go.
End the game.
FlyQuest now onto the Nexus itself as Hans is forced back into the fountain. And FlyQuest
GG. FlyQuest take game 1.
Insane performance.
Ew, oh my god.
Inspired, the MVP of the league.
Alright, guys.
MVP of
FlyQuest
the
take game 1.
finals.
We'll see what happens in game 2.
What a beast.
Maybe
Got
FlyQuest takes
the
us the game to match point, or maybe
really paid off.
G2 makes the series competitive. Alright, see you guys in game 2. Alright, guys, we're back with it. We're back with game 2. Can G2 get one game off? I'll take us a
If I was to take
1-1,
your perspective as
or
well,
will
I don't know how
FlyQuest
you
take
feel
us to
about
match
this,
point?
But if they got Caps onto
Gromp.
very early.
Get it.
Nicely done from
Boosie's gonna die, bro.
Boosie's about to die.
He's Griffin!
Blood over to G2. Nicely done. as Masu wants to try to get something back, but the only thing he's gonna get is a trip to the graveyard. Double kill Han Sama, 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
A double kill for the Corki. That is going to be so much burst damage into
Bro,
the Senna. That's
what
very
the fuck
weak
is
early.
Busio doing, bro?
Has to start scaling up. Has to start collecting souls. I mean, last time that Masu played it, he did keep up a very quick pace of soul stacking, but now it's going to be so difficult because the lane is
Corki died to minion.
incredibly dangerous.
Hanging around. There's nothing else to look at in the other side.
As long as we get 2, they're fine.
Busio
is a great thing.
Crashed down on by Lebrov, but Masu misses the center route. Han Sama is here, level 6 on the Corki. The rocket poke can be very, very devastating. Han
Smite it.
try to steal one of those grubs away there with a fast bomb, but it doesn't.
Oh no, they don't.
The
They didn't smite it.
Now that last grub, the target here for FlyQuest. Whippo's coming up around the side. FlyQuest looking to go in as Quad finds the engage. Follow up there with the side.
Oh.
Hans is already down. Nice damage coming in from the Wukong, but now Caps is between worlds. Lebrov is low. Caps has to go back over the wall.
They can get out.
The blade has found his way into the middle of the fight, but Busio
BB has a
already out.
flash.
FlyQuest, get a kill, get the grub.
Why the fuck did the
and
quality
get
drop?
everybody out alive. 2 back away, and this is kind of what you were talking about, Vedius. FlyQuest feels comfortable leaving Masu alone to try to farm the souls, but they shouldn't be this comfortable. Masu in danger now as Busio shows up in time.
He saved them.
Barely get
W.
carry away.
W mans.
Brother.
On the spin, G2 starting up the second Drake of the game. Now immediately turning for the engage onto Inspire. He drops the claw.
Oh, he gets the kill.
Away, and Skillmon's gonna be killed instead. Masu rotates into the fight, and Quad and Busio are looking at Lebrov. Han Sama flying away as Busio and Quad go on a magical journey, and Lebrov gets away to safety underneath the tier 1 turret. Han Sama continuing his retreat. G2, they thought they had the trigger
Get the
pull,
drag.
but it was a trap trigger, and Inspired.
Okay, whoever gets first target gets defeats.
Counterpunch from FlyQuest turn the fight around.
And the heals and shields that they have. So this is an attempt
He survived.
at boosting the Wukong. One
Ooh,
of the reasons people
penalty.
like playing it into the Vi.
He's able to
is that
ult,
then you can
clone,
pop
and
ultimate,
fucking
then you can go
ult
for your
again.
clone. He doesn't die. You know, we saw the Senna ult coming over the top. We saw Quad and Busio coming through to peel him as well. And as you say, Flowers, it really is a gambit when you go for that play. You know, trying to get enough burst damage to burst him down in time.
Broken Blade enters into the scrap there with a Pathmaker, but it's G2 who want to find the kill here onto the Garen. Immediately, Skewmon makes the engage. Whippo is low.
Clears the wave.
Flashing
He cleared the
away,
wave.
finding
You have to
some
tank
sort
it.
of outplay, but immediately Broken Blade goes all out. Skewmon, though, trying to get himself away as Busio wants to get one back, but the kill credit over
My
the
phone fell on
Caps
the
is
floor.
right where G2 wants the money.
Strong play there from G2 up on the top side to get it and get out. They, as you say, it does cost them 1 flash. Now Busio in the middle.
Nice play coming out from Lebrov, and immediately Broken Blade looking to slam Busio.
They're
back.
here.
Oh,
the knockup.
with a 2-man stun.
Busio's dead.
Set it up as Caps goes between
He's alive.
Busio gets away underneath the turret. The tempered fate is perfect. Inspired.
Oh, he touched it. Oh my god.
Busio stays alive.
Inspired's dead.
About to die to Han Sama. There's dead bodies on both sides as Quad keeps chasing Hans, but it won't prefer the
Trinity Force. I just think it spikes harder in the mid game, and we'll see if it comes to fruition now
Oh,
as the root comes.
that's a W over the wall. Almost like, no, can't even move.
He can't press
A Libera moment.
FlyQuest immediate ultimate. Inspired, gonna find Skewmon there as he
The
closes
juke.
back over the wall, but now Quad could be in danger. Immediately drops
engaged
the
onto
combo onto
Caps.
G2, but instead it's the full engage.
They keeping him alive.
Looking to stop that engage now as Han Sama's
Oh, the turret's gonna go down though.
to try to get away. The Senna ulti over the top, as now the turret is destroyed into the bottom lane at the same time. G2, they
What
get
was
the
it just
shutdown
TPing
back to
in?
Quad's ante. It's 1 kill so far, 1 kill for G2, nothing for FlyQuest, 1 turret for 1. G2 moving up with a full 5-man roster to try to
Oh.
stop it, as Whippo immediately tries to engage on the Captain Hans, but Whippo is going to be isolated. Immediately the Senna ulti trying to reinforce FlyQuest top laner, but he's going to be taken out before anything else happens. FlyQuest in some trouble. Broken Blade here with the front line, goes all out and he manages to stay alive. He's going to kill Quad. Broken Blade popping off. G2 slamming the fight. The target selection was better,
Shabal.
and G2 hold on.
What took so long to go in, bro?
And
And Whippo and Quad both went in at the same time, they fucked them. But the Rel went on to the Annie.
He said, if I started off the
They started out
Denied the
of
soul. This could be a
They
massive
can
jump in
stall it.
power. here for G2 as well. FlyQuest is on the approach, but the Otacon is already low. Lebrov goes in for the engage on Busio, but he gets away on a magical journey. Broken Blade here to frontline now.
I say ult it now, bro. What are you doing, Busio?
The damage is big, but Broken Blade still getting himself away. The Otacon is claimed by G2. Broken Blade still the target.
Nice
Likely to
flashing.
be the sacrificial lamb. Continues running, trying to waste as much time as possible here on the FlyQuest side. Broken Blade still clearing the distance. Inspired can catch up, finds the last hit there for the shutdown. Whippo and Quad are way too far forward. Quad's already going to be killed as Busio finds a big tempered fate, but Whippo's going to die.
Whippo can't kill.
Skewmon heals with the triumph, but he does not die. FlyQuest solo laners go in alone. Masu and Inspired now ready to try to follow up, but Hansama's already able to make the distance. Lebrov with
He
a
crashes
crash
down.
over the wall, but Inspired
Ooh.
ready to follow. It's 2 dead on either side.
Yeah, FlyQuest trying to clean up scavengers, but they got too many. Caps here, does get slowed, but should be okay.
Sidestepped it.
Inspired without the clone to jump over the wall to chase after.
Stopping the soul stacking and getting the Otacon. Whippo is at it again, though.
Yeah, Whippo wants to go in after Hans. Tempered Fate finds the Corki, but nobody else. FlyQuest going in. Inspired ready here with a Cyclone.
Dead.
Hansama's already down.
They're providing room for Masu.
Lebrov looks for a little bit more damage. If they can kill the Rel too, that's going to be huge. Whippo goes in for the Stride Breaker.
Rel's dead.
Damage is there, and Masu's already
BB
got the
should
kill.
be
Broken Blade about to
dead.
die here too. It's 3 for
Okay.
nothing for FlyQuest.
They're gonna go for Baron. Get mid turn and then go.
With Whippo chasing down the
Nice.
Corki, they take him out. Chase through a tower of their
It might be a
own.
bit
Now
slow
Vegas,
because of
they're moving towards
Senna,
the
but
Baron.
Excellent target selection from...
And got a Guardian Angel for the critical fight.
Scumon's going in already. They found their engage onto Masu, but the Tempered Fate is immediately there to try to stop the engage. Inspired ready to peel for the Senna, and now it's
Another
Broken Blade
flash.
taking a little bit of damage.
Scumon's
G2
taking damage.
found their moment, but FlyQuest was ready to respond. Now G2 is split. Lebrov going to be the target for Whippo as he immediately goes
He had
in
the burn
and targets
flash.
that engage
He's already
mechanism.
quarter HP.
The Rel stays alive.
They see spot
FlyQuest
caps.
with control over the Dragon Pit.
Ahead of the fight, G2's trying to find a pick on Amasu. They don't find it. They might found Caps.
Caps is low.
Has a burn flash. Lebrov is almost dead.
Shadow, but Lebrov gets clipped. He's
They can
down to
force his
100
soul.
HP. The Rel cannot fight. For FlyQuest now, but could there be a counterpunch? Quad's in danger. The engage from G2 this time on
Press
the
ult.
FlyQuest mid. He's gonna die immediately. Whippo and Inspired looking to turn things around, maybe under Skewmon a little
Scumon's
bit more
dead.
damage is needed if Whippo's
Pussy
already
is
got the
here.
kill there with Demasi and Justice. Now Broken Blade still here on the front. Lebrov
They dodge out the
hit over head from
QE
Wukong.
combo from
Masu
Caps.
has joined the fight. Broken Blade's gotta make
Oh.
some distance, but another Tempered Fate locks up G2.
Stuns
Hansama
Hans.
hit with a binding,
They do
but
some
can't follow it up
damage.
with enough damage. Masu's got a lot of range on Senna now, and Broken Blade is low. Masu getting himself away. Has Inspired.
Caps doesn't even land the E on Masu.
Now Whippo still spinning around, but it's only minions under fire. FlyQuest dancing with the line here between greatness and disaster. G2 low on health, backing up. FlyQuest still with the
Masu's dead, bro.
Caps with the Aurora burst catches Masu unaware, and that will.
Since they got the feats, they also have the upgraded boots.
But we're already into a fight. Inspired finds the engage into Caps and Lebrov.
Lebrov
Gets
can't
himself
move.
Away. Inspired takes a massive chunk, but Lebrov is the one whose body hits the floor. FlyQuest with another fight. Quad's in danger. Stun onto both of them though, as Quad tries to get away, but Broken Blade is going all out. He's in some danger himself.
He's gonna get
Lucio
stunned
trying to
again.
lock him up. Broken Blade is all
Oh.
out, but FlyQuest bring more men. Inspired dominating, but that's not a lot. The Cloud Soul obviously being a much bigger difference maker. Silence under Broken Blade from Whippo, but now G2 ready to step in.
Oh, engage Moss is very low.
Already almost dead, down to 200 HP. Quad's already eliminated, but now Caps is also dead. Masu continuing to fire, surviving by 100 was enough.
He got all out of it.
About to die next.
No flash.
FlyQuest turn around.
They're winning this.
G2, they try to pick Masu. They fall ever so short, but it is just enough for FlyQuest.
The front line for FlyQuest does so much there. The double spinning to winning is able to cut through them, and Masu actually survived the entire thing, kiting back and with the sustain,
Baron.
and with the peel.
Baron then
FlyQuest
Elder.
triumph.
FlyQuest, key of legends. When you're the guy who's got the weight of the whole game on your back, just one death can be all it takes. As we look at the fight,
That's insane. The engage looks so good from G2's
G2
side.
do get a good engage, but so does
Inspired goes onto
here,
fucking
and then
Caps.
Whippo goes straight to follow him up on Caps.
saw them long
like you were
enough.
talking about. Meanwhile, G2
Oh.
did get their focus, which was taking out Quad.
So much damage was done onto Masu, but the fact that he lived,
Broken Blade just
Lucio
tried so hard to get onto
provided
Masu. He
protection as
flashes
well.
over the wall.
And cut
And he's just able to heal.
Up with the rest of his team, making it even easier for both Whippo
On themselves, so threatening.
Oh, they're engaging. Scumon's dead. Whippo should be dead too. Inspired's underneath turret. He survives. Guardian's Angel. BB's gone.
It's not enough. FlyQuest lose their top laner, but they'll take Broken Blade and Scumon.
Bike can heal off of a camp.
Fly, they still have the Baron, they still have the Elder, they still have themselves set up in the enemy base. Inspired, low on HP, stealing away.
Oh, that's Flash. You can go ahead and stun someone.
The rest of FlyQuest continues pushing
Go, go,
Nexus
go.
turret.
Aw,
Mazu
shit, bro.
has so much range, G2 can't get anywhere near it.
Oh my god!
Already under fire.
Cubs is getting chased by his fireball. Quad just killed Hans and Labrov. Let's go. 2-0 right now. 2 games up in the series.
It was a bit of a
What are your thoughts?
Alright guys, up 2-0 in the series. We'll see if G2 can take us to game 4 or if... Alright guys, we are into game 3 of the Fly vs G2 series. Currently 2-0 up FlyQuest. And G2 had side selection and they chose to go back to red side instead of remaining on blue side.
Because like I was talking about, like Inspired is covering this route, so they've been trying to trap this.
Oh, but Scumon caught out there by the tangle barbs from Busio. Inspired waiting over the wall.
Ooh, first blood.
And it's first blood to Inspire. Whippo's made in at 500 HP. Whippo trying to keep this wave from crashing into the turret. Drops the cage, but Whippo's down to 300 HP. Arden Blaze does hit him. Scumon takes
Scumon.
Oh, he
got fucked.
Scumon gives a free one over, and Whippo buries him there with a shovel. Now up in the top
Boop.
side.
Oh, Busio dies. 1 for 1. But they get defeats. Hans might die.
Drop to Broken Blade at least.
Scumon didn't expect the shovel damage
so
right there.
impatient. Oh wait, the goal.
He's dead? No way.
Oh
my god, this
If that last goal hit him, he dies.
That is ideal for you.
The push from Broken Blade down there in the bottom lane, and Scumon is going to start the objective.
Shockwave used onto Broken Blades.
Yeah, just onto the Cho'Gath. He gets a chunk, but
Why
that's a
was it
big
used on him?
team fight ultimate that FlyQuest doesn't have.
FlyQuest with a Trundle ultimate could try and go straight through front line.
Okay, the Dragon's already down to 2,000. Inspired gets the shield. Labrov tries to go in. The Drake is already slain by Scumon as Labrov tries to get away, but there's the Pillar of Filth. The Hex Gates activate, but that's not going to matter.
They get Labrov. Culling gets used. Can they go onto Broken Blade?
That's a 4th kill of the game.
No.
For
They're back off.
FlyQuest. G2 take the objective, but lose their support.
And you can see the idea from the beginning there from Inspired. Since the Dragon's getting low, he walks forward like he's going to go steal it to try and bait out that hook into the wall, and then he saves his pillar for the exit. So FlyQuest, even though they lose that Dragon, there's, wait a second.
One might die.
Quad's in danger. Broken Blade. He has his feast ready. The Rupture silences him up, beats him down, and eats him up. Nice shutdown for Broken Blade. 3-1-0 here with the Cho'Gath.
So, Sakali to be. Ooh, Busio.
Busio in trouble. Pop Blossom as he's about to die. Pillar to make a little
Scumon
bit
gets a
extra
kill.
distance, but
It
Scumon's
goes on
already
to
got the first kill. Now Masu's the next target. Whippo and Inspired trying to protect their AD carry as G2 comes to life. A 5-man play around the bottom lane tier 1 turret.
They're gonna be
might look to
dove
go for
here.
the dive. Caps coming around from the side. Masu knows he has to try to walk this one out the long.
They have the
way.
maiden.
Labrov and Caps.
I don't know why
Isolated.
Bopa hasn't
Labrov
summoned it yet.
trapped inside the
Oh my god,
yellow cage.
Bopa hit.
Labrov died. Teleport coming in for FlyQuest, and now it'll be a
dildo,
4v4
bro.
with
You
the
hooked that
odds even.
dildo.
G2 heads home.
These pillars here from Inspired.
The kill advantage. Let's look back at
And
the
they're going to
So
catch
here
a
is
bush,
the
yeah.
chase, and this is of course
He stalls him long
after
enough, but
Broken
then
Blade
Scumon
already
flashes
got
forward,
that
gets
early
the
kill on
Q,
quad.
kills
You're
him.
looking at the death time
And they
ticking
jump
down
into
and
Masa.
the teleport being ready for him. So FlyQuest, they kite back.
They do
doing
have the
some
maiden
damage.
up.
There's still
I didn't
this
realize
minion
that.
wave that G2 have to deal with, so that buys the necessary time
They kill it, though,
for Quad
by the
to
way.
revive, and FlyQuest make the call. Okay, we'll attack the other side and try and push them off of this dive, and then a York cage and a pillar afterwards as well. They're
looking with Inspired.
They're TPing
Keep an
mid
eye on what
from
G2
Nautilus.
is up to. The goal difference has largely
Bro,
stayed even.
Spellbook. That's
G2 haven't
great.
conceded any major advantages since the last fight, but as the
Drags
observers
in a
are
couple
highlighting
minutes,
for us
they
right
have to
now,
set up
it is
for it.
darkness around the Dragon. FlyQuest are going to be able to get the push on mid thanks to Whippo.
And that Cho'Gath is very tanky. Full 3 items for Broken Blade here, whereas Whippo is still on 2 and pieces.
This next fight, man, I feel like it could very easily go either way. Caps is still top side. He's got his teleport if he needs it. He wants to go after the tier 1 turret to get the gold a little bit closer. He will find his target. Inspired steps forward.
Oh.
Quick burst of damage coming out from Han Sama. Now Lebrov's got to be careful. He finds a dredge line, but
He's subjugated. Labrov is dead.
Lebrov is already down. Quad grabbing the kill on that one.
TP flank from Caps.
Can he find the flank? Broken blade flash.
BB's almost dead. Masu gets an auto. Oh, the shockwave is huge. Skumon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, EU. Bye-bye, EU. Garbage. Garbage.
Find the moment instantly.
Holy bro. EU Omega Lol. Still NA's bitches, bro.
He jumps in, but it will not matter. The last golden statue
EU Omega Lol. EU Omega Lol. Oh my god, when I see Cajal stream, bro. Big fan, but holy fuck. This man talks so much shit against NA. I'm glad that he put it, even on his pickups, he put FlyQuest would win.
Completely dismantle G2.
NA over you, bro.
Even when G2 found advantages, Fly were quick.
They got rolled into a blunt by fucking Jojo on MKoi, bro. Getting rolled into a blunt here at MSI by FlyQuest.
The team play here, and at no point did it look like there were any sort of nerves. This team staying together.
Alright, GG to the FlyQuest boys.
Build on what they created really
Guys,
is so big.
Get to the roster with Yike and Mickey were, you know, supposed to win Worlds with that and beat like the LPL. Like, they were winning in scrims against them. They need a team now that can beat NA now, apparently.
Was best in the West every time we saw them at international.
I really want to see what Draco says.
Obviously, shakier in recent years, and this time
I want to see them battle.
Going into that last fight, I really did think
they're gonna play in EWC afterwards anyway, so it's not much of a loss. They can redeem themselves out of EWC.
No longer 2019. Just a reminder.
I mean, it is a significant fall.
Alright, buy G2.
The G2 players.
The first ones in the main stage going home.
Having better performances internationally. They thought that they had reached the ceiling
you.
with their previous
And
roster.
it's July 4th, guys.
G2 made top 4,
Holy.
top esports in the
A
whole
buff.
bracket, pushing T1 to 5 games. This
I don't
year,
know.
they find themselves
I don't know
with a
what.
very
I don't know if the meta
difficult
just doesn't suit G2 or it's like something's wrong with the team. Because if you look at their games, they're not. They really don't know what they're doing. Like genuinely. Like the only person who's been able to like hold these wins for them has been Caps, which is good and a bad thing because well, I mean Caps is, you know, the Western GOAT, but it's like like what is going on? Like their jungler Skumon has been very underwhelming. Like very underwhelming in his games.
And you would imagine that given what we've seen from BLG and
like their ball lane's supposed to be very lane dominant. They've been like very passive. Some of the drafts have been pretty hit or miss. BB has been what I would say underwhelming. Like in his early games, like come on, he was getting gapped by the LTA South top laner. Some of the games he's just very non-existent. Sometimes he does show off, but it's not like he's the reason that they won. But yeah, FlyQuest 3 OG2 sending EU home. NA still better than EU for 2 years in a row already. Make it 2.5 maybe. But yeah, I will see you guys for the AL versus Genji match later today as well. So see you guys then.
T1 or BLG.
Bye.
Those are the teams